After 11 weeks of deadly anti-government protests that saw some protesters losing their lives, President William Ruto finally bowed down to pressure from the Gen Zs, who had called his government out due to the extravagant nature showcased by his cabinet, forcing him to dissolve the cabinet and sent all the cabinet secretaries packing, leaving him, the Deputy President Rigathi Gachagua, and the Prime Cabinet Secretary Musalia Mudavadi. However, days later, a number of the former CSs will find themselves being nominated back into the cabinet, with some to their previous ministry dockets. The president went on to announce his second batch of cabinet secretary nominees since dissolving his cabinet, some of whom are new faces. Let's get to know the 5 fresh cabinet nominees, who they are, and what qualifications they have. Julius Migos Ogamba is the Cabinet Secretary nominee for the influential Education Ministry, a docket that was previously held by Ezekiel Machogu. The current chairman of the Kenya Electricity Generating Company was former Education CS Ezekiel Machogu's running mate during the Kisii gubernatorial race in the 2022 general elections. Ogamba has over 25 years of experience in legal practice, having attained a Bachelor of Law from the University of Nairobi and a postgraduate diploma in law at the Kenya School of Law. Deborah Mulongo Barasa, the Cabinet Secretary nominee for the Health Docket that was previously held by Susan Nahumicha, is a medical doctor specializing in internal medicine and infectious disease with over 15 years of experience. Until her nomination, Deborah was an infectious disease consultant at the World Health Organization, an internal medicine physician at Mater Hospital, and an internal medicine consultant physician at Community Health Services. She holds a Master of Medicine in Internal Medicine from the University of Nairobi, Bachelor of Medicine and Surgery from the University of Nairobi, pursuing a Master of Sciences in Infectious Diseases from the London School of Hygiene and Tropical Medicine. 32-year-old Eric Mugaa Murithi, the youngest of them all, is the Cabinet Secretary nominee for Water, Sanitation and Irrigation. Murithi is a civil engineer and a water resource technician with over 8 years of experience in engineering process and water hydraulic modeling. Is currently an assistant project engineer at the Water and Sanitation Development Project and an assistant project engineer at Kimawasco. Murithi holds a Master's of Sciences degree in Civil Engineering and Water Resources from the University of Nairobi and a Bachelor of Science degree in Civil and Construction Engineering, first-class honors from the University of Nairobi. Andrew Miha Karanja, the Cabinet Secretary nominee for Agriculture and Livestock Development. Karanja has over 36 years of experience in economics, rural development, and finance, as well as agriculture and livestock development. He is currently a senior agricultural economics and tax team leader at the World Bank Nairobi branch. Karanja holds a PhD in Development Economics and Policy from the Wageningen University in Netherlands, a Master of Sciences in Agricultural Economics from the University of Nairobi, and a Bachelor of Sciences in Agriculture from the University of Nairobi. Margaret Nyambura Ndungu, Cabinet Secretary nominee in the Ministry of Information, Communication and Digital Economy. Margaret Nyambura is a renowned expert in internal governance, internet infrastructure, AI, cybersecurity, and data governance. She is currently a consultant at the Ministry of Education and Senior Research Manager at Global Digital Inclusion Partnership. She is a PhD holder, an information system from the University of Nairobi, a Master of Science in Management Science from the University of Nairobi, and Bachelor of Science in Information Science from the Moi University. At the same time, in an address at State House, Nairobi, alphabetic letter M seemed to be the lucky letter as Kipchumba Murkomen, Mvurya, Muturi, Mutua, and Miano made their return to the cabinet. The president announced Kipchumba Murkomen as the CA's nominee for Youth Affairs, Creative Economy and Sports. Murkomen was the Minister for Transport in the old cabinet and was assigned the youth docket previously held by Ababu Namwamba. Salim Mvurya, who previously held the mining ministry, was nominated to the trade and investment docket. Rebecca Miano, whom President Ruto had initially reappointed as Attorney General nominee a few weeks before dropping her name, was reassigned the tourism docket. Former tourism CS in the dissolved cabinet Alfred Mutua also made a comeback, but this time in the labor and social protection docket. At the same time, Justin Muturi, the former Attorney General, was nominated to lead the Public Service Ministry. Stella Lagat is in the Gender, Culture, Arts and Heritage docket, previously held by Aisha Jumwa. Aden Duale, who was initially reappointed to the Defense Ministry he led previously, was swapped with the Environment CS nominee Soipan Tuya in the new changes. Meanwhile, 4 members of the Orange Democratic Movement were nominated among 6 others as nominees for cabinet secretary positions in the Kenya Kwanza government. The 4 ODM members are Wycliffe Oparanya, who was nominated as cabinet secretary for cooperatives and micro, small, medium enterprises. Former Mombasa Governor Hassan Joho was nominated as mining, blue economy and maritime affairs CS. James Opio Wandai, nominated as Cabinet Secretary for Energy and Petroleum, and lastly John Mbadi as the National Treasury and Economic Planning CS. The 4 are among the 6 CS nominees nominated by President William Ruto, who seeks to have a broad-based government. On Tuesday 30th, President Ruto nominated Dorcas Oduor for the position of Attorney General. Oduor, who currently serves as the Secretary of Public Prosecutions at the Office of the Director of Public Prosecutions (ODPP), is a High Court advocate with a master's degree in International Conflict Management from the University of Nairobi and a Bachelor of Laws from the same institutions. She holds a diploma in law from the Kenya School of Law. Before her appointment, Oduor held several positions at the ODPP, including Deputy Director, Head of the Economic, International and Emerging Crimes Department, Deputy Chief State Counsel, and State Counsel at the Office of the Attorney General. Her nomination comes just after President Ruto reassigned his initial pick, Rebecca Miano, to the Tourism Ministry as part of his cabinet reshuffle following the recent anti-government protests. Miano had been unpicked to succeed former Attorney General Justin Muturi following his July 11th sacking alongside the entire cabinet except Deputy President Rigathi Gachagua and Prime Cabinet Secretary Musalia Mudavadi. Muturi was, however, nominated to replace Moses Kuria as Public Service CS. The latest nominees joined Duale, Tuya and their other counterparts President Ruto announced last Friday, who includes Kithure Kindiki, CS nominee for Interior, Alice Wahome for Lands, Julius Ogamba for Education, Andrew Karanja CS nominee Agriculture, Eric Murithi Muga for Water, Davis Churchill in the Roads and Transport Ministry, and finally Margaret Ndungu, the ICT docket. The National Assembly Speaker Moses Wetangula said all cabinet nominees will undergo vetting, including those reappointed. The vetting process that will commence on August 1st will see Professor Kithure Kindiki appear first at 8 a.m., followed by Health Cabinet Secretary Dr. Deborah Barasa, Alice Wahome for Lands, Julius Ogamba for Education, and Soipan Tuya facing the vetting committee on Thursday. Aurelia Mswahili, Inongata Rongai, Kajiado County.